Welcome, dear Movie Snap World. Today, we'll uncover the mysteries of a chilling thriller, Tarot. The story revolves around a young woman who discovers a deck of tarot cards that seems to predict her future. What starts as a fun experiment quickly turns into a nightmare as the cards reveal dark secrets and dangerous events. Can she escape the fate written in the cards, or will destiny take its course? Let's dive into this suspenseful journey filled with twists and turns. So, this film starts with a group of 7 friends. All of them come to an old mansion to celebrate their friend's birthday, which they had rented. The drink gets over at the party, but it was a party, so they wanted a drink. They think, where did we get the drink from? Because the mansion is quite far from the population. But they wanted it. That's why they think, it's such a big mansion. There must be drinks here. That's why they start looking for themselves. Where they came near the basement, whose door was locked. The door was locked, so they should have left. They should have ignored the basement. But they were in the mood for adventure. Those friends broke the lock and went downstairs. There was a pile of old things downstairs, which made it look like this house belonged to a collector, meaning someone who likes to collect things. There, they find an old box, in which there are tarot cards. Tarot cards are actually like cards, but when you choose a card, you are told about yourself by reading it. What kind of aim do you have, and how do you want to be in the future, and what can happen to you? The card also has the names of demons, devils, and witches. According to the card, whatever reading you get from these, it will happen same with you. These cards were very strange. Looking at the cards, it seemed that someone had made them by hand. Haley, who could read the tarot cards, everyone tells her to tell their horoscope, meaning the state of their fate, what will happen to them in the future, and about their nature. Haley first refuses, because it is forbidden to use other people's cards. But it was her friend's birthday, so Haley listened to them, although she felt something wrong inside. But she didn't want to ignore her friends, so everyone goes upstairs and starts reading the tarot cards. They put the 12 cards in a circle and the last 13th card in the middle, because it will be the final card, the last one, so it will be the most special. The first number was Haley's same friend who had her birthday. Her card was the High Priestess. Haley told her that you are curious about everything. What is happening? Why is it happening? You try to know the basis, and your curiosity can only put you in trouble. You are climbing the ladder of success. But climb slowly, otherwise, you may slip, you may fall, which can cause a deep shock. Because this warning is from the witch which has come on your card, meaning High Priestess. After this, it was Haley's turn. Her card was the Hangman. Haley told her that you will have to face a lot of problems related to technology. But don't worry, everything will be fine. Just don't get scared by looking at the problem. Don't run away. After this, the next number comes from the second friend, Paige. Her card was the Magician. Haley tells her that someone will pull you in 2 parts and will lock you up there, but she ignores it. Now a friend, Paxton, goes to the bathroom. Someone is seen in that balcony. But when the light was on, there was no one there. The next number was Haley's male friend. But he refuses to take Haley's reading because they had a fight. Instead, Paxton comes and sits, and his card is the Fool. Haley tells him not to make any decisions in haste. You will feel trapped, that you are trapped, but you have to trust your loved ones. If one door closes, the other door will open. And you will come from anywhere for your friends. Now the next number was Paige's friend. Her card, which comes out, is the Hermit. Now this boy was going to break his principles. That's why he was told that the Hermit's light can take you to the wrong path, and the paths of love that are opening in front of you. Think about them before you go, and you are going to get money from somewhere. Everyone's reading was done, and now only Haley's friend was left. That's why he also comes forward. His card also comes out, which is the Devil. He is told that you are ruining your relationships. You face the demon. Either you will have to sacrifice someone, or you will have to lose someone. If you don't want this to happen, then you have to face the demon. After everyone's reading was done, Haley also did her reading. Her final card was death. For her, it was that love will be the reason for her death, and if she doesn't die, a new beginning will take place. Haley didn't take this seriously, but inside, she was also feeling weird. The next morning, everyone came back. On the way, these people stopped at a gas station, where Paige's friends, after scratching the card, got $7,000, which makes him very happy. But in a way, her tarot reading was completed, that you are going to get money from somewhere. At night, everyone goes to their own house, while Haley's friend, whose birthday was, goes to the hostel. When she comes out of the shower, she sees that a ladder is coming down from the attic. Then she quietly lifts it up and goes to her room, because Haley said not to get into curiosity. But after a while, someone knocks on her door loudly. When she opens the door, she sees that the ladder has come down again. She started going near the ladder, but she couldn't notice that someone was standing behind her, but she was feeling it little by little. And as soon as she turned on the light, there was no one there. She thinks that these must be the girls of the hostel, who are making jokes with me. That's why she also starts climbing the ladder quickly. But there was no girl of the hostel in the attic upstairs, but it was the high priestess. That is, the one who had come to her tarot card. She shouted loudly. Then seeing her, she falls down and becomes conscious. And then the high priestess lifts the ladder and hits her. She did this again and again. She attacked again and again, because of which Haley's friend is killed. As Haley had told in her tarot reading, that curiosity will trap you. Climb the ladder carefully, otherwise you will slip. You will get a deep shock. Exactly the same thing happened, and she lost her life. But everyone thinks that her death is an accident. Her friends get together after hearing the news of her death. Everyone was very sad and worried, but no one knew that all this happened because of the cards. At night, everyone else goes, but Haley stays with Paige because she was very sad because of her friend's death. Haley tells her that when I was young, then I learned the reading of tarot cards. At that time, my mother was sick. Whenever I read for my mother, every time the card showed me her death. That's why it is said that we can't change our fate. She explains to her that if you were with our friend, you could not do anything then. Paige's friend goes to leave Haley's friend at her house, but when he was coming back, at that time, the demon of his tarot card, that is, Hermit, follows him. Now, Paige's friend wanted to go back by train, but Hermit's light forced him to go to the wrong side as soon as his reading came. And now, suddenly a train comes and crushes him, which leads to his death. And this is how his reading proved to be right. That is, to walk on the path of love with a clear mind. He had come to leave his friend whom he liked. And secondly, Hermit's light showed him the wrong way, which was the reason for his death. That is, according to the reading, their deaths were happening. The next day, when the news of his death reaches those friends, then they get very worried, and Haley begins to doubt that all this is happening according to the reading. Otherwise, how did two friends die in 2 days? This cannot be a coincidence. The rest of them also agree to this. They start thinking, what should we do now? But now it is obvious that they needed help. That's why they took internet support. They found out about a woman who was the master of all these things, because she was an oracle. Oracle had written about the tarot cards that how many people died because of them. They dial the oracle's number, but she doesn't pick up the phone. Then everyone decided to go straight to her house, which was far from the population. Anyway, as soon as they reach her house and knock the door, then in the beginning, the oracle did not open the door. But then when they told her that because of the tarot cards, their friends had died, and we are also going to die, then the oracle comes out. She took them inside and tells them that the tarot cards you have read, they were cursed. Because of them, many people have died before. In Mexico, then in Woodstock, and third place in London, this happened. One person survived in the London case, and that is none other than me. because I had read all of them, but not mine. But until I understood that all this happened because of tarot cards. By then, those cards had gone from me. Since then, I have been looking for these cards so that I can destroy them and they can't take the lives of more people. Now the question arises, where did this cursed card come from? Obviously, Oracle also searched about this. And then she tells that these cards have become cursed because of a king. In the 18th century, a queen of a king was pregnant, with whom the king was very happy. The king told his astrologer, that is, those who tell about fate. He made a reading from her, then it was found out that the child and the queen both will die when the queen will give birth to a child. Hearing this, the king got angry, and he said to change the reading. This cannot happen. The astrologer tried to change the readings many times, but every time the result of death came, which was death. But this means that death can also happen, and a new beginning too. But the king thought it was death. But because of this, the king got angry. He expelled the astrologer and her daughter from the kingdom. But when the time comes, the reading becomes true. That is, the queen dies when she gave birth to a child, and their child is also killed. Seeing this, the king was very sad, and he got so angry that he went crazy. He accused the astrologer of witchcraft. That is, she does black magic. He gave her plenty of punishments. He killed his daughter, colluding with his soldiers, which made the astrologer very sad. And she also gets very angry. That's why in anger, the astrologer made those dangerous cards, and using them, she had the reading of the king and his soldiers. Then did a dangerous ritual, and she took her life so that her soul is always tied to those cards. And in some way, these cards were cursed, because her soul is tied to those cards. Then one by one, the king and his soldiers started dying, just like their readings in the tarot cards. That is how the astrologer's revenge was fulfilled in some way. But because her soul is tied to these cards, that's why whenever someone uses these cards, they also die. And now, because the cards are cursed, they are all cursed. So that means they will also die. Now there is only one way to survive, and that is to destroy these cards forever. After hearing all this, Haley and her friend go to the mansion where those cards were. But on the way, their car stops at a bridge. At this time, Haley believes that something very bad is going to happen. Now, the reading of Haley's friend was going to be true. That is, the hangman one who was told that she would have a problem related to technology. That is, bridge. Not to run away from problem, not to hang, but she does what she was forbidden to do. She started running away. Then, according to the readings, the hangman came, and after hanging her, he left. That is, he gives her a very bad death. It happened in front of everyone, and now there is no doubt that all this is happening because of the cards. But those people get very scared. Seeing this, Paxton says that I don't want to go back to the place where it all started. I want to save my life. That's why he goes alone to the house, although he was told that don't take any steps in a hurry, but he was doing this. And that's why, according to his readings, the fool demon follows him. Seeing this, he was very scared, and in a hurry, he gets on the lift. But he gets stuck here as it was in his readings that you will feel trapped. That is when the fool comes in front of him. That is, his death. Haley and the rest of the friends reach the mansion and threw the tarot cards into the fire. But she was very shocked to see this, that none of the cards caught fire. And seeing this, when they don't understand anything. So they called Oracle, and Oracle told them that to destroy these cards, you have to do a ritual with which the soul of the astrologer will be separated from the cards. Oracle starts the ritual and calls the soul of the astrologer. But she didn't think how powerful the soul can be. The soul came and read Oracle's readings, and her final card of 6 of Swords came. That is, she inserted 6 swords into Oracle and killed her. Seeing this, Haley and her friends started running from there, but the page separates from them, and her reading also comes to get true. That is, She was told that someone will pull you into two parts. The magician of her tarot card locks her in a box. Then he cuts her into two parts with an axe, and she dies like this. After this, death and the devil were also after them. That is, the readings of the tarot cards of those two friends. One was Haley's, and the other was her friend's. Then Haley gets an idea that if I read the astrologer, then after her death, everything will be fine. Because in this way, cards and her soul will be separated. If the soul is over, then the cards will be over. If the cards are over, then the curse will also break that too, forever. Haley had decided that she will have to end this game. Otherwise, everything could have been ruined. Until now, Haley was telling that we cannot change fate, but now that she was saying it with full confidence. So now fate was definitely going to change. But in her words, the devil pulls her friend and takes her, and death goes after Haley. Love will be the reason for your death. This was her reading. Haley took the support of love and tried to change her fate. But her friend was taken by the devil. And that's why now only death was left. Death came and caught Haley. But then love, that means her friend comes back. Her friend's reading was, you will have to face the demon. Otherwise, you will lose this closeness. Now he was facing the demon, while Haley starts reading for that astrologer's soul. And now, in her final card, death comes out. Just like Haley. Now, if death takes the soul first, then Haley will be saved. Haley's friend don't know whether he will survive or not, because the devil was pulling him to take away. Here, Haley was telling the astrologer's soul to forget the past and move ahead and don't kill innocent people. But meanwhile, Death decided that he'll take both of them together. That means Haley and the astrologer's soul. But Haley's friend came again and saved her. And Death took the soul. And the soul dies in front of both of them. As soon as the soul dies, the cards also end. And this curse ends forever. Now, just like death means death and a new beginning. So death became the soul, and a new beginning became Haley. Now, when both of them were going back, then a car comes from the front, and in that was Paxton. And his reading was that for his friends, he will come back from anywhere. Now, we know how he survived in the lift from the Fool, so his friend, who used to live in the room with him, he came and opened the door and saved him. As it was in his reading that someone closer to him will save him. So the Fool demon left. Now, according to their readings, they survived. But in the end, they also destroyed those cursed cards forever. It means now no one will die in this way. And with that, this film also ends here. If you liked this explanation, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with your friends.